Hey guys, Zane here, and today I want to share with you a super simple trick that you can use to make selling somebody something, whether it's in person, over the phone, so much easier. All right, it's gonna make selling so much less nerve-wracking, and you're actually gonna get more sales and have more meaningful conversations. Now, you might be like me, and when I was first starting selling, just over the phone, didn't really do much in-person sales. I was so nervous, right? I was secretly hoping the person would cancel or not show up, and obviously, I bombed my first few phone calls, my first few sales calls, and you might be in that same position. You might be in that same place, hate having to get on the phone, hate having to sell somebody something. But once I kind of changed my frame of mind, once I kind of changed it from, me pitching someone to having a conversation, once I made this simple shift, it really changed everything. It made selling much easier. Okay, so today I'm going to explain to you a simple approach, a simple script that you can use to make selling less nerve-wracking, actually make more sales, have more meaningful conversations, and actually enjoy selling. All right. Now, first of all, I just want to give a shout out to this book right here. The Win Without Pitching Manifesto by Blair Enns. It's a pretty good book. It's a short read, but basically it goes over the script that I'm about to teach you right now. If you're interested in that book, I'll put a link down in the description. So basically, this selling method is called the diagnose and prescribe method. Okay, and you're basically having a conversation with someone. So rather than getting on the phone, pitching pitching somebody something right away, you're more having conversation with them, and you're kind of framing it as you're the expert, right? You're framing it to see if you're a good fit. So let me explain what I mean by this. So typically, typically salesmen get on a phone call, or they're pitching somebody something in person, and they're just talking about the product, talking about the service the whole entire time without really getting to know the prospect, without learning about the prospect's problems, pains, desires. And this is not a good way to go. You're not going to be a very effective salesman if you just try to pitch the whole time. But not only that, it's kind of more nerve-wracking because you're giving them a sales pitch. You're constantly giving people a sales pitch rather than having a conversation and seeing if you're a good fit. So let me give you an example of this. In the book 0 to 1 by Peter Thiel, he says that you can always spot the worst salesmen because, they're typical car dealership salesmen in a suit, maybe slick back hair, wearing a watch, and their title is literally sales representative. Where the best salesman just seems like your friend, right? They're slick, they could sell you anything, and it's like they're just having a conversation with you, right? And to give another example of this, back when I used to work at an athletic club a few years ago, you could always tell the best membership reps from the worst ones, right? So somebody would come in the club, and let's say they're interested in just the racquetball courts. They only really care about racquetball. But since, our membership rep had sell in mind, just pitching, they're just taking them around the whole entire athletic club and showing them everything, without getting to know the person coming in. And they might show them the basketball court. They might show them the weight room. They show them the swimming pool. But this person doesn't really care about any of this, right? They only really care about the racquetball court. So you have a ton of wasted time there. Whereas a good membership rep, the person comes in and they ask them, oh, what are you looking for in an athletic club? Do you have a family? Is it just going to be you? Do you have a spouse? What exactly are you looking for? What did you like? What didn't you like about your athletic clubs in the past? And by getting to know the person, you can relate to them more. And then when it's time to pitch, you can talk about their specific problems, their specific desires. So really, the diagnose and prescribe method is you're diagnosing, you're asking questions, and then you're prescribing a solution. So you would never go into a doctor's office and they just prescribe you medication. They just prescribe you medicine right away, right? Because they get in a ton of trouble and they don't even know what your issue is. So they're diagnosing you first and then prescribing a solution. And this is exactly what we're doing with our sales script. And we're just having a conversation. We're just having a conversation with the prospect to see if we're a good fit, to see if we can help them out. It's going to make selling so much easier, and it's going to be so much less nerve-wracking. So just to give you guys another example, when I get on the phone with car dealerships for running their Facebook advertisements, I'm asking, okay, how much are you paying for leads right now? Are you running Facebook ads right now? Are you doing them? If you are doing them, are you doing them in-house? Are you outsourcing them? What else are you using for marketing? How much are you paying for that? Okay, is that working well? Are you satisfied with the solution? And I'm just asking them questions in the beginning, and then when it comes time to pitch, then I have everything they told me that I've been writing down, taking notes, and my pitch is going to be that much stronger. Because let's say they told me they're running Facebook ads in-house, but their costs are a little high. So I could say, hey, John, my specialty is I help dealerships just like yours that are running Facebook ads in-house to really get that cost down and get more customers through the door. You're pitching, when it comes time to your pitch, you're pitching their specific problems, their specific desires that they've been telling you about the whole time. So just to give you guys a little run through of this script, you get on a sales call, you hop on a sales call with somebody, you chit chat for just a little bit, right? You're just having a conversation with them, building rapport for a few minutes, and then you say, okay, great, well, we can just dive right into this call if you want. And then they say, awesome. And then so usually how these calls go is I'm going to ask you some questions about your business. And if it sounds like we're a good fit, we'll go from there, and I'll tell you what I have to offer, and you can just give me a simple yes or no. So by doing this at the beginning of the call, by taking control, by framing the conversation as you're asking questions to see if you're a good fit, you're kind of positioning yourself as the expert, and they're kind of explaining why they should work with you. Rather than getting on the phone with them and then just pitching them right away, you don't know anything about their business. You don't know anything about their problems, their desires, their pain points, why they need your product in the first place. And it's not going to be as effective as if you just have a conversation with them, just talk to them, just, diagnose the problem and then prescribe your product, prescribe your service as the solution. Okay, this is going to be so much more effective. And when I started selling like this, when I stopped pitching somebody, when I started having conversations, so taking control of the call, I'm going to ask you some questions about your business. So selling got so much easier for me. It was so much easier to hop on the phone with someone because I stopped thinking of it as selling something to someone. I started thinking of it as having a conversation with them. And if it sounds like we're a good fit, then awesome, right? So another thing is too, you want to have conviction in your product. You want to have conviction in your product or service, and you want to make sure that it can actually help this person out. And because if you're selling something you don't really care about, if you're selling something that's cheap or you don't really think it's going to solve their problem, it's going to be a lot harder to sell it. Because, when you're asking questions, let's say, okay, how much money are you making with your business right now? What are you using to market your business? What platforms are you on? How much are you paying each month for ads? And then let's say I come in and my solution is I'm going to do all their ads for way cheaper and much more effectively because it's a skill that I possess. When I have strong conviction in my ability to do that, when I have strong conviction in my product or my service, you're not thinking of it as closing a sale. You're not thinking of it as making money. You're thinking of it as I am literally trying to help you, right? I'm trying to help you. I learned about your business. I learned about where you're having troubles, and this is exactly what I do. This is where I specialize in. I'm an expert in this area, so I'm just trying to help you, right? So it's going to be a lot easier. You're going to have a lot stronger sell when you have conviction in your product and you learn about the prospect's pains, problems, desires at first. So I hope this method works for you guys. Just to recap, turn your selling from just pitching the whole time, from just pitching the customer into a conversation, and take time to learn about them, learn about their situation, learn about their problems, ask them questions, and then if it sounds like you're a good fit, prescribe them your product, prescribe them your solution, right? Because when you start thinking of it as just two people having a conversation rather than you pitching somebody who really doesn't want to hear what you have to say, it's so much easier. You have so much more meaningful conversations, and I promise you, you're going to close more sales because you're hitting that specific pain point. You're hitting that specific desire when it comes to pitching them, because you learned everything there is to know about their situation or their business. And this sales script applies to almost any industry, any business, right? And when you're pitching them, when you move from diagnosing, when you move from asking questions to your pitch, you say, okay, well, great, John. Well, it definitely sounds like I can help. Would you like to hear what I do? And they say, yeah, let's hear it. And I say, well, I specialize in helping businesses just like yours, blah, blah, blah. And when it comes to pitching them, you make your pitch sound perfect, like it was made for them, right? And instead of just pitching a general, broad blanket, trying to say everything you do, you're saying that you're hitting that specific pain point, and you're pitching them the solution to their exact problem that they told you about because you had that conversation initially. And it's going to be so much more powerful. You're going to close so many more sales, and you're going to have a lot better conversations. So I hope you guys found this video valuable. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe down below. It really helps me out. It really helps out the YouTube algorithm. Also, I just opened up a few spots for one-on-one consulting to literally start and build your business from scratch to 6 and 7 figures. So if that's something you're interested in, schedule a call in the link below. It'll take you to a short free video that kind of explains what the whole thing is, and then we'll hop on a 30-minute call to see if we're a good fit. So I hope you guys found this video valuable, and I'll see you in the next one.